Accountability. So first things first, what I'm going to say is that I apologize from the bottom of my heart for voting for Trump, for voting for everything that ended up happening. So for that, I apologize. Anybody who suffered at the hands of the government, you have my heartfelt sincerity. It literally makes me sick to my stomach still to this day to know that I was a part of any single person having to suffer. I hope my sincere apology is accepted, but if it's not, I understand and I get that, and I'll still continue to fight to get you on our team, to get you in the unification. Because like I said, I'm never going to give up. I will give my life for this revolution.
Well, I'm watching all this mayhem go on about the concept of a purple revolution, which is where people from both sides unite to stop what's going on with this government. We get people talking about policy and they want this and they want that. And what I think people don't understand is this isn't a political party. This is a revolution. This is to stop the gears grinding of what's going on.
We want to be friends now. All right, you're going to take accountability? No. You're going to stop being racist? No. You're going to stop being sexist? No. You're going to stop being misogynistic? No. You're going to stop defending pedophiles? No. You're going to stop supporting Trump? No. Oh, well then no. You guys are mean. I'm going home.
Y'all heard about the Purple Revolution? I've been on a tirade all day today, and I heard there was a Purple Revolution, a group of MAGA people who have begun to see the light and see that MAGA way is not the way. They begin to burn their red hats, and they have some grand idea that they would just come back over here and join forces with us and declare and form a peaceful revolution. Get how racist and hateful you were? Did you forget that you voted against your own self-interest in order to harm black and brown people? You know, purple revolution, because we don't trust you. We understand as soon as things cool down for you and you don't feel as threatened, you feel safe and secure, you'll go back to your nasty, ugly, racist ways. And there will be no revolution, because there cannot be a revolution without black people. And we are not getting out there with you all to protest anything. We've made it very clear. We have no desire to join forces with you. We don't trust you. Any heavy lifting that needs to be done, you better do it on your own. We'll sit over here and watch you. Out of your mind talking about a purple revolution.
The only reason y'all trying to join across aisles now is because the shit that is happening to y'all never thought it could happen. Because I'm white. Or because I voted for him. It can't touch me. Now all of a sudden y'all want to be informed. When we were explaining this shit last year to y'all before y'all got y'all asses in those booths, y'all didn't want to hear anything. It was gaslighting. It was propaganda. It was fake news. But now that y'all asses are getting ran off y'all farms, y'all can't afford to eat, let alone get gas. Your healthcare premiums are about to go up. And oh my God, I'm pregnant and I'm high risk. And I can't leave my state to have this baby because there's nowhere for me to go. But I voted for this because I thought a late abortion mean women were unaliving their babies at 7 and 8 and 9 months. I didn't do my own homework to understand that a late abortion means the baby is already gone and we gotta remove it to save your life. The only reason y'all want to join across the aisle is because y'all fucked up. Y'all thought it would only happen to minorities and black people and the LGBTQIA plus community. Hell, and some of y'all are part of those communities and now realizing that y'all fucked up.
Couple quick thoughts on this whole purple revolution. I think it's noble at its core. I love the idea of people shaking loose from the MAGA cult, finally, after a decade of this nonsense, waking up and understanding they've been misled. But I don't understand how you're led that far down that path without being personally at least a little bit racist and misogynist and homophobic and transphobic and bigoted, right? I don't understand how your humanity did not kick in before this point. I would love to find some common ground with you guys after we've been given the green light, which brings me to my second point. The green light is only going to come from the other people groups, the people that you have demonized, the people that you have unloaded your wrath upon for the last decade. They will be the ones leading this discussion. I sit in a seat of privilege. I am not going to be the one to say, now's the time for common ground TikTok. No. I will listen. I'm going to shut up and observe as this unfolds, because ultimately I have the privilege of not having been terribly harmed by MAGA, but I also have a platform that has been built on advocating for those that don't have that same privilege. So please, keep doing the hard work. You are moving in the right direction, but you have taken the first baby step in a 1,000-step journey.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Joy Report, where we get an outsider's view with an insider's clarity. Something strange is happening in American politics. After years of division, chaos, and bitter rivalry, a wave of former MAGA supporters has suddenly rebranded themselves as peacemakers, claiming they now want unity under a brand new banner, the so-called Purple Revolution. Their message: forget red versus blue. They now demand everyone meet in the middle and start afresh. But there's just one problem: the people they are trying to recruit aren't buying it. Before we proceed, all credit goes to the creators of these videos. Let's watch a few more clips and I'll be back with more commentary.
Restoring old America. Boy, that didn't take long. If you haven't seen by now, Mr. Purple Revolution, he's hurt. He's hurt by the fact that people don't want to join that movement. That movement that we all said wouldn't last a week. That movement that was not based in taking any real accountability for what you contributed to our society getting to where it is. That movement that everybody could clearly see was not made up of anybody who was really trying to make a difference in this country. It was only made up of people who did not want to outright admit they were wrong and do not want to change their behavior, their way of thinking, anything. You see, you can be mad all you want about people not, accepting where you're coming from or not taking your apology at face value, but actions always speak louder than words.
I'm going to show you in a minute and a half why I have a hard time trusting this Purple Revolution.
If you're a leftist, I have a strong message for you. Hi, I'm Hunter Howell and I want to be your friend.
And yes, I know who Hunter is. I watched a lot of his streams over the last year, before the election when he was really rooting hard for our current president.
Now, just because I lean right on some issues, we all can agree that our government is occupied by Israel, by AIPAC, by Netanyahu, by the IDF.
Yes, we can agree to that, and I think there were plenty of people talking about this even before the election.
And it's time for a change. And in order to make that change, we need what's called a purple revolution.
We're almost there. Hold on, you'll see.
We can go back to disagreements later. Petty differences aside.
And there it is. Petty differences. Now, Hunter, I'm going to assume that you and me are alike in the fact that we are both white, straight males. But here's a few things. The LGBTQIA plus community deserves to be free and happy to love who they love, be who they are, and this includes gay people, trans people, the whole 9 yards. Women deserve to be free to make their own healthcare decisions and decisions about their body without input from you and me. People that are a different skin tone than us, they deserve to be treated with respect and have all the same freedoms that we have. Undocumented immigrants deserve to be treated with respect, given due process, and treated like they matter, like they're actual human beings. I could go on and on and on, but if those are what you call petty differences, those are not petty differences. Those are human rights. Those are morals that I can never compromise on. And this, and the way that that video and the way that he framed that, is why right now at this point, I don't trust this Purple Revolution.
These former MAGA activists, influencers, and online personalities are now flooding social media and community spaces with emotional pleas for national healing. They insist that the past must be forgotten, that anger must be let go, and that Democrats have a moral duty to accept their invitation into this new Purple Alliance. Some frame it as patriotism, others frame it as common sense, but the tone rarely sounds like a request, and that's where it all falls apart. Instead of praise, they are getting fierce pushback. Democrats, along with independents and long-time critics of MAGA, are openly rejecting the idea that they should suddenly lock arms with people who spent years calling them enemies. Many see this Purple Revolution not as a sincere apology tour, but as a strategic pivot, a public relations reset from people who backed themselves into a corner and now want a shortcut back into respectability. The clapback has been swift, sharp, and widespread. Democrats are asking a simple question: where was this energy when the country was dealing with threats to democracy, attacks on rights, and endless division? They aren't forgetting how political tensions were fueled for years, only now to be brushed aside with a quick call for unity. To many, it feels like the same people who poured gasoline on the fire are now asking to be applauded for bringing water after the house already burnt. Some analysts believe this sudden shift isn't about healing at all. It's about power. With traditional MAGA messaging losing steam and internal fractures growing, rebranding under Purple seems like an attempt to recruit moderates without even admitting fault. It's a clever move on paper. Claim neutrality, position yourself as the voice of reason, and pressure your former rivals to prove their maturity by cooperating operating, but Democrats see through it. They argue that unity cannot be demanded, it must be earned, and earned means accountability. Community discussions have gotten heated. Some ex-MAGA voices insist that refusing their invitation only makes Democrats look bitter and divisive, but Democrats fire back saying that accountability is not divisiveness, it's responsibility. They argue that reconciliation is not a photo op or branding exercise, it's a process, and it must start with honesty, not amnesia. What's making this purple revolution unravel even faster is that its loudest promoters refuse to address the elephant in the room: trust. They want partnership without rebuilding trust. They want collaboration without acknowledging harm. They want peace without consequence, and that's not how real healing works. Many Democrats point out that unity doesn't come from rebranding slogans. It comes from policy, actions, and changed behavior. If these former MAGA loyalists truly want to be seen as different, they could support voting rights, stand against political extremism, or actively denounce the lies they once helped spread. But instead of doing that work, many are skipping straight to lecturing others about forgiveness, and that's why the whole campaign is backfiring.
I'm getting so beyond frustrated. Believe me, as someone who was extremely in it. Like, I don't know how to make this more clear. I was primed to be MAGA, and I was the biggest pick-me Republican, and I didn't question anything until around 2020. This video is for the Purple Revolution. Don't get me wrong, I never voted for Trump. But when I wanted to join the fight against him, I did the work on myself first. I listened to the marginalized. I joined the people who had already been fighting this fight for decades because their people had been oppressed. I joined their fight and let them lead. So why are the MAGA who are just now waking up wanting to join red and blue to make purple and start something new? Because once the issues stop affecting them, the issues Trump and his people are causing, they want to go back to being racist. I'm all for unity. I'm all for us coming together as an American people and getting these people out of our government. I'm all for a revolution. But what I'm not for is for people who have hateful ideologies against women, LGBTQ plus community, anybody who doesn't look like them, using us, and by us I mean anybody who has been fighting this fight for a while, blue, leftist, liberal, whatever, to do the work and absolve them of their guilt for voting for Trump in the first place, and then going right back and voting for another Republican that's going to do the same exact thing.
Some even find humor in the situation. After years of being told to toughen up, get over it, and stop whining, Democrats now find themselves listening to emotional speeches about healing from the same people who once mocked the idea of empathy. The irony is too loud to ignore. This is not unity. It's whiplash. Even political moderates who might have been open to cross-party dialogue are stepping back. They agree that unity is important, but one that forced unity is just another form of control. Genuine coalition building can only happen when both sides meet voluntarily, not when one side sets the terms and demands compliance. The so-called Purple Revolution wanted to be a grand moment of transformation, but instead of becoming a bridge, it's becoming a mirror, reflecting how deeply wounded the nation still is. The wounds can't be painted over with new branding. They have to be addressed at their roots. Democrats aren't rejecting unity forever. They're rejecting performative unity. They're rejecting shortcuts. They're rejecting pressure campaigns disguised as peace offerings. They're saying clearly, if you want unity, come with humility, not entitlement. Come with accountability, not demands. Come ready to listen and not lecture. So yes, the Purple Revolution might have been intended as a movement of healing, but instead it's turning into a lesson that you cannot demand forgiveness, you cannot order collaboration, and you cannot declare peace while skipping justice. If this effort is ever going to succeed, it will have to evolve. Less pressure, more honesty. And until then, ex-MAGA organizers may want to rethink the strategy, because forcing Democrats into unity isn't building a revolution, it's building resistance.
So Mr. Purple Revolution, fresh out of MAGA, not MAGA but still MAGA himself, got on the internet to say that he doesn't want to talk about policy because policy is divisive, while wearing a 1776 emblem on his chest. Yeah.
So what do you all think? Do you think unity can exist without accountability? Or is forgiveness being used as a shortcut to avoid responsibility? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video specifically tailored for you. And if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel and helps YouTube recommend this video to a wider audience. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.